Today on 10-Minute IT Jams, we are joined by Bob Cahill, who is the CEO of Globalization Partners. With experience in expanding globally and an understanding of local labour laws, Globalization Partners is able to help companies build teams anywhere around the world quickly. Bob joins us today to share what the company has been up to since we last spoke to them and the demand for its services in the global market. Thank you for coming along, Bob, and welcome to the Jam.
Thank you, Zach. It's a pleasure to be back.
So since we last spoke to Globalization Partners, you've undergone a series of changes, including a major rebrand. What can you tell us about that?
Sure. Well, the company has grown tremendously over the past few years. And as it turns out, the COVID epidemic was actually a boost in many ways for the EOR model, in that companies were limited in their ability to travel and to bring people into offices. So remote work sort of flourished, and our platform certainly helps facilitate that. So while we we don't celebrate anything that came out of COVID, we certainly felt it opened up opportunities for us, and it opened companies' eyes to the opportunity of what remote work how that can help them grow.
Fantastic. And your platform now has a range of new functions as well. Could you talk us through a few of those?
Absolutely. Well, one of the major new features is what we call GP Contractor, but really that's a catch-all for contingent workers. Traditionally, our platform has been used predominantly for companies to hire full-time salaried employees. But the new world order with gig workers and contract workers and digital nomads, that traditional model doesn't always work well for every employee or every company. So with GP Contractor, we're able to offer a way for companies to hire great talent in a different business model that is more, it is less around salary and more about variable compensation. And that opens up lots of opportunities, including lots of fintech features we'll be launching in the coming months, because they want to be paid differently and more quickly and in different currencies. And we think that'll actually open up to all of our employees over time.
Awesome. And when it comes to global markets, what are you seeing there? Is the demand for EOR growing at the moment?
It actually is. I think we're seeing, even globally, despite recessionary pressures, the labor market seems to be defying that at times. And you can even see here, like in Australia, labor shortage continues to be a challenge. So EOR is a great facility for companies that are really struggling to find talent, and they are seeking talent still. And the best companies, even in recession, will continue to invest back into their businesses. So an EOR platform allows, like Globalization Partners, allows them to find that great talent anywhere in the world. And so if there is a labor crunch or a shortage of skills in a particular market, that talent can exist somewhere else, and they can very easily find and employ people using our platform.
And Bob, you touched on it there with the talent shortage in Australia and also in New Zealand as well. We have significant issues with talent shortages. And, these have been compounded by the likes of rising inflation and slow supply chains and low investment rates and that sort of thing. With things so slow in this region, is it feasible for companies to go out and find new markets in which to conduct business?
I think so. I mean, for Australia and New Zealand, these markets are actually bi-directional for Globalization Partners. There are many companies around the world that are seeking talent in these regions, and many are looking for follow the sun strategies. And this is there's great talent here. Now it's a bit scarce at the moment, which presents some challenges, but certainly also for growing companies in Australia and New Zealand who are seeking talent, and the shortage is here. They can continue to fill that talent gap by finding talent in other markets. And I know that the governments are working and have some great programs that will probably over time, help balance out the skill market and the labor market here. But, businesses never stop moving. And so certainly this gives Australian and New Zealand companies the opportunity to find talent in the US or the UK or anywhere in the world. And we see that a great deal because we really think a lot about our business as a talent arbitrage. It's sort of like, okay, it's no longer I need to find talent here. It's I need to find talent so I can grow. Where is that talent? Well, it's everywhere. And we're providing opportunities for companies to get access to that talent in ways they never could have in the past.
Fantastic. And if our audiences would like to find out more, what is the best way to get in touch with Globalization Partners?
Actually, the best place is our website, which is www.g-p.com.
Fantastic. Well, it has been awesome to hear about all the exciting things that you've been up to. Thank you so much for joining us on the Jam, Bob. We look forward to hearing more in the future.
It's always a pleasure, Zach. Thank you.